joining me. Hope everybody's well and looking forward to Christmas. I saw this video on, I think it was Tamara's Timeless Beauty channel last year, and I kept a screenshot of it on my phone because I really enjoyed the questions and I thought I would like to do it this year, at the end of this year. And she called it the New Year's tag, but I'm going to call it the end of the year tag because it just feels more end of the year than for the new year. To me, there's only one question about next year. Most of them are about this year. So let's begin. Let's reflect back on 2020. No, 2021. God. It all blurs into one really, doesn't it, the last 2 years? Let's reflect back on 2021. And the first question is, rate 2021 on a scale of 1 to 10. Well, it's been a year. It has been a year. You know how people say, oh, that was a terrible year, I can't wait to see the back of it, it was really awful, I'm looking forward to the next year. There is a little bit of that in me, but equally, I've exchanged a year of my short time on this planet for everything that happened last year. So I really try not to write off a whole year as bad, because I feel like there's always some bits of joy and happiness, aren't there? There's always some bits of joy and happiness, but it probably wasn't my favourite of the last year of the last couple of decades. Let's be perfectly honest. I know a lady, a friend of a friend, who it was around her 40th birthday coming up, and she said, I'm going to be so glad to be 40. My 30s were just a terrible decade. And honestly, this person actually had quite a blessed, lovely life, looking in from the outside. I mean, obviously none of us know what goes on in someone else's life, don't get me wrong, but a lot of nice things had happened to her in her 30s, like having 2 beautiful children and a lovely husband and a happy marriage. And I thought, to write off a whole decade of your life like that is a really sad thing to do, because we are only on this planet for such a short time, and we owe it to ourselves to enjoy that time, don't we? Or at least try to. So on that basis, I'm going to rate 2021 a solid 6. I can't bring myself to put it any higher than that, but we'll give it a 6. Got to the end of the year, I've got my lovely family, I've got my health, got my happiness, you know, so there's a lot of good things. There's a lot of good things. We managed to go to Greece on holiday and see all our lovely friends there, and we, you know, a lot of good things did happen. So yeah, we'll give it a solid 6, because quite a lot of bad things happened as well. That's where we'll leave it. Next question, number 2, is your favourite memory of 2021? And I thought about this long and hard, but I have one. Do you remember, if you've been watching me for most of the year, we went to Dorchester on a little mini break. Myself and Ashley went for 2 nights, and then my mum and dad came and joined us, and my brother and his wife for the second night. And it was literally 2 days after the end of the long winter lockdown. So it was around I wanted to say April time, or maybe May. I can't remember exactly. I did make a video about it. I'll link it up here if I can find it. But it was just it was so lovely to go away again after this long winter of lockdown and nothing being open and not being able to go out and not being able to see people, to actually go away to a hotel and go into a town and eat out and spend some time somewhere different. It just felt lovely. It was springtime as well, the world was opening up, and it was just so lovely. So that was one of the reasons that's my favourite memory. The second one is that it was my dad's last trip away with us. He was really quite poorly by that point, with dementia, for anybody who doesn't know. Although we didn't know it at the time, it transpired that it was his last trip with us as a family unit away. So although he was quite poorly and wasn't really able to enjoy it fully, there are some happy memories of that. I'll always remember it for that reason as well. So that was my favourite memory of 2020. Question 3. Hang on, let me have a sip of coffee. Question 3. Every time I sit here and talk to you with a cup of coffee. I think, God, I still haven't got the Christmas mugs out yet. I've got a set of 4 Cath Kidston Christmas mugs, and I am not the world's biggest Cath Kidston fan at all. I don't really like her stuff. We got this set of mugs. I actually really like it. We only get them out at Christmas because they're Christmas mugs, and I just haven't done it yet. And here we are I'm filming this on like the 17th of December, I think it is, and I must get them out. Really must get them out. I'm going to do that as soon as I finish this video. How much do you bet that I will completely forget? Completely forget that I said I was going to do it by the time I finish rambling at you. Anyway, we're at 7 minutes in, we're only on question 3. It is, did you change as a person in 2021? If so, how? I thought about this one a lot as well. And I would say, not necessarily during 2021, but I would say over the last 2 years, so since the pandemic began really, I am way more tolerant. I've worked quite hard to be way more tolerant. I think at the beginning of the pandemic, I saw so many people with so many opinions and everybody wanting to have an opinion about what everyone else was doing, and I made a conscious decision at the time that I was not going to judge anybody for their actions during the pandemic, and I feel like I've been fairly successful in that. I don't judge anybody for not wearing a mask. I wear a mask because I choose to, which is absolutely fine, but if anybody's not wearing a mask, it doesn't make me cross. It just doesn't even, I don't even notice almost now. And with regard to vaccines, I've had my vaccines and my booster because that's what I wanted to do, but I absolutely support anybody's right not to do so if they don't want to. I do have a problem with people telling other people they should or shouldn't have a vaccination, but I think just as Carla says, you do you. And that has given me a great sense of calm amongst all the opinion and all the judgment around the pandemic, and I feel like I have worked hard at becoming more tolerant, and I have become more tolerant, and I like that in myself as a person because I probably wasn't the most tolerant person beforehand. So yeah, I think that's quite a positive, I would say. Question number 4 is favourite video you did in 2021 and why? And I had to look back at all the videos that I'd filmed this year, and I think some of my favourites were the ones that I did with Ashley, the cooking ones during the long winter lockdown at the beginning of the year. They were really fun to make. It gave us something to focus on during that long winter lockdown, and they were fun to edit, and they just felt, they weren't my most watched videos or anything, but they had really lovely feedback from you guys as well. I think you enjoyed them, and yeah, they were really fun to do. I quite often get asked if we're doing any more, and they take a lot of time and effort to do, and Ashley's obviously working full-time in the week and probably doesn't want to spend his entire Saturday filming a cooking video with me, but perhaps never say never. Who knows, another lockdown might be upon us, so we might do another one. But yeah, I really enjoyed doing those. And the other one I really enjoyed doing was, do you see a theme here? The one I did with my son William and the Cherries Back to Uni haul that we did. That was just really fun to film and really fun to edit. And again, I guess because I'm doing it with family members, so I enjoyed that one very much as well. Question number 5 is 1 or 2 products that blew you away. I haven't prepared anything for that because it didn't really seem to fit in the tag, but I wanted to just put it in because otherwise I'm going to get the numbering muddled up and you'll think, where was question number 5? So we're ignoring that one. Question number 6 is, what creator on YouTube inspired you the most in 2021? And I would say, I need a sip of coffee for that. There is not a single creator that I can pull out and say they inspired me, but any content creator or social media influencer who carries on with what they're doing despite endless abuse and hate and anger being directed towards them. Anyone who withstands that and continues to create content, I take my hat off to. I'm thinking particularly about Mrs. Hinch, who sometimes posts some of the absolutely vile messages she gets from people about her family, her kids. I don't even want to give it oxygen, it's so vile. But yeah, any creator who, and there's lots and lots of people that I could name, but yeah, it's quite a toxic world, the world of YouTube and social media influencing. It really is. So yeah, anyone gets a bloody shout out from me. They're keeping doing what they're doing in the face of all that. So yes, the next question, number 7, is what is the funniest or strangest comment you got under a video? I think it has to be the one from the person who left a long rambling comment. I can't remember all the details of it, but part of it was that aeroplane trails in the sky are chemical trails from chemicals sent by the government to subdue us. Which still makes me laugh. Okay, yeah, so yeah, a conspiracy theorist there, I think, but that made me giggle the most, I think, probably out of all the comments I had last year. Number 8, question number 8 is, what is your proudest accomplishment of 2021? And it has to be my Million Steps for Dementia UK challenge. I have finished it now. When my dad went into full-time residential care for his dementia in September, my brother and I wanted to do something positive. We wanted something positive to come out of such a hideous, painful time for our family, and we decided to do a challenge to raise money for Dementia UK. We did 1 million steps in 90 days. I finished in 75 days, and Nick finished, I think, almost 2 weeks earlier than me, so he did really brilliantly. And we've raised over £3,000 for Dementia UK, so we're really super proud of that. That is definitely, I feel like it gave us a real focus, and it has been good for us. It's been good for the charity. I will pop my Just Giving link. The Just Giving page is still open if you are interested in making a donation to Dementia UK. I'll pop the link in the description box below. And also, massive thanks to all those of you who donated and helped us to raise all this money already. It's so kind of you and grateful, and such a brilliant cause. The Dementia UK pays for the Admiral nurses who work with dementia patients and their families, and we've had really good support from an Admiral nurse, so it's just a really valuable, helpful thing. Great charity anyway, yeah. Number 9, the final question is, what is the one word you would use to describe yourself in 2022? Well, 2022 hasn't happened yet, but I guess it's more the word you would like to use to describe yourself. And I'm going to go for optimistic. Perhaps that's a little foolish, but I'm going to go for the word optimistic. I feel optimistic about the coming year. Surely it can't be worse than last year. Surely it can't be worse. God knows, honestly I don't know, but let's go for that. That brings us to the end of this tag. Let me know in the comments, I'm going to open the comments up on this one, let me know in the comments what your favourite memory of this year has been, and let's get some positive vibes going in the comment. What's been your best thing this year? Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I just wanted to add at the end of this, I am planning a chat at the beginning of the year about how things are going to look around here on my channel next year. I have thought long and hard about how things are going to be, and got a few plans, and I will share those with you at the beginning of the year. In the meantime, have a wonderful Christmas and New Year. I don't know if this will be my last video before Christmas or not. Things are very ad hoc at the moment, but if not, have a wonderful Christmas and New Year. Thank you for all your support during this year, and I'll see you soon. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.